Hey everybody, welcome to the Harvest Valley Life podcast. This is a podcast that goes deeper into the life of the church. We explore relevant topics, discuss updates, and share real life stories to both encourage and inspire you in your faith. Let's dive right in and get started. Hey, welcome to the Harvest Valley Life podcast. Man, it's so good to have Derek Halvorson with us. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Yeah, come
Ready
on.
for a great conversation.
Yeah, come on. We're looking forward to having you on. And man, if you don't know Derek Halvorson and Lacey and their Halvorson crew, you should get to know them. But Derek, for those who are listening, has been so instrumental just in the life of the church, just your background, your calling. And, you serve on our director team, but from the very beginning, you've just helped us with systems and processes and with finances and stuff. So I just want to let you know from the get-go, man, we appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you, man. You're a gift, you and your whole crew, such a blessing. It's amazing how God always provides what you need in the season, and you guys have just been a gift. So thank you guys. And man, it's a joy to have you on. I just want to start out with just a little bit. Tell us about yourself. Where did you grow up? You were born, clearly, but where did you grow up, and what was that like?
I grew up in Jamestown, North Dakota, and grew up my whole life there. As far as just I played a lot of sports. We went to church all the time. We were there, Sunday morning, Sunday evening, and Wednesday. We were always there. So
that's amazing. So did you, tell me about your story of coming to know Jesus. Was that just something early on in your life? You're just I just always knew. What was that like?
Yeah, I actually was reading a scripture and I kind of had that, I saw that this recently. I was like, well, this fits that question when I had the list of questions from Psalms 22:9. It was you who brought me out of the womb, making me secure in my mother's breast. I was given over to you at birth. You have been my God from my mother's womb. Just kind of raised in a Christian home. And obviously whether you were raised in a Christian home or not, you were given over at birth to God. But, just kind of feeling that, that's my story that, I recall the age of, I think 5, an altar call, just coming to Jesus. Obviously kind of a journey through there, just because I went to church, doesn't save me or anything like that. But,
for sure, man. For sure.
And I'm another key memory of kind of my journey would be, I think it was 6th grade. We did a Foundations for Faith, probably similar to the Foundations class, I'm guessing that we're doing.
Absolutely.
But we did that as kind of 6th graders in our church. And growing up in Jamestown, it's not like we had a lot of people. I think there was probably maybe 6 people or something like that in that group. And but just kind of going through what the foundations of our faith and kind of understanding what that means, and then from that class, decided to be water baptized at that time. So, kind of a key moment there. And then, starting in 9th grade, I went to the Chicago missions trip. With Cal here in the Fargo First Assembly. So that was kind of a good moment of just kind of, doing the work of God, going out and seeing other people. The first time I went, you little, growing up in Jamestown, a little scared of what am I getting into? But
it's eye-opening.
Yeah. But at the same time, you come to realize that we're all people, regardless where you grow up, where your circumstances, and all that. We're all just people, and looking for God and that relationship. And I went there. I went on that trip 4 years, so 9th through 12th grade, and played a lot of basketball in the neighborhood and all that stuff. And so it was a lot of fun. And then also just kind of growing my faith and just understanding the mission and the calling to reach the lost and all that.
I love that. I love that. I think that's what you said is, I think, such a good reminder for all of us, as we look around the world, as we look at people, just that constant reminder that we're made in the image of God, and people are looking for God. Everybody needs God. Like everybody needs Jesus Christ as their savior. Just to keep that the focal point as we look at people.
Right.
I think that's so good. So you're married, you have kids. Tell us about marriage, man. Where did you guys meet? Like, how'd that all work out for you guys?
Yeah. So, Lacey and I met when we were in high school. I was in my senior year, and she was in the class below me, so she was a junior, and her and her friends, or my friend, kind of started hanging out with her group of friends that year, and just kind of got to know each other, and then graduated, and then I went down to school in Missouri.
Okay.
And did long distance. We decided, or we kind of were like, oh yeah, we should, kind of right at the end of summer, we're like, yeah, we should probably date. And then, but it's easy now that you're going to be
for sure
long distance. But yeah, definitely through that time. I mean, that was kind of a good period too. Having that distance, and things were a little different back in 2001. Yeah. You got the nights and weekends minutes on the cell phone plan.
Oh my goodness, the call cards? Is that what you're talking about?
Well, I didn't even have so I didn't even have a cell phone at that point. And then we had used a lot of calling cards.
Yeah. Totally.
And then MSN Instant Messenger. We did that a little bit.
Oh,
so
come on, yep.
So yeah, a little bit different times there, and the ability to connect and all that. But yeah, we'd call like on Sunday nights when she would have free nights and weekends to call or something sometimes. And and then then when she graduated, she went to Concordia for her freshman year, and I was still down, and then I went to Evangel in Springfield again, and then decided to move to go to the same school. So I went to MSC on Moorhead, and graduated from there, and then we got married in 2005, and then moved to the Twin Cities area after that, working there, and we had 5 kids while we were living there. So we lived there for 14 years, I think it was. And then moved back here in 2019, and then had our 6th child.
Yeah, come on.
So that's awesome. Kind of the high level journey of how we met, and kind of our family there.
I love it. You guys have such a beautiful family. I love how close you guys are and how intentional you guys are as parents. Amazing. Yeah. Tell us about what you do. I mean, throughout the week, like, what's your job? I think people will be really interested in that.
Yeah. So I'm a CPA, so most people find that very interesting. So I'd agree. Everybody's just anxious to hear. What does an accountant do?
Yeah, exactly.
How many spreadsheets does he look at a week?
Yeah, come on, man.
But yeah, so I worked when I lived in the cities. Worked in a public accounting firm doing audits and working with different clients of kind of doing some consulting and nonprofit tax returns and different things like that. So kind of when I moved here, transitioned into a property management company, doing some accounting there, oversee kind of reviewing the tax returns for all the entities that we manage. And then a lot of kind of using my experience from working with other clients that kind of just processes and how to make things more efficient, how to use technology to make things easier and flow better. I oversee our software and database and stuff like that. So kind of just working my goal is always to make things easier and less of a burden, but yet flow smoothly.
Absolutely, man. And we've you just have received that even that blessing just from you guys, and just how you think with efficiency, with finances and stuff like that. So thank you. Thank you for just blessing Harvest Valley. And I think everybody should know that, like, you've been so instrumental in just setting that all up for us. And so we really appreciate that. What a gift, man. What is something that most people don't know about Derek Halvorson that they'd be like, what? I had no idea, man.
So Lacey and I were talking about this last night, kind of trying to think of something.
Yeah.
And I didn't think of basketball like you mentioned, but
yeah, Derek's a baller. If you don't know, like you go to men's night and like he's a baller.
Yeah.
Good.
I thought of a fun story that was, and Lacey said it was the best gift. So
okay,
I think it was when I was for my 19th birthday, and it was the best gift because it was a gift she gave me. But it was for, I think it was my 19th birthday. I'd never been on an airplane before.
Okay.
So she had a friend, dad, who was a pilot.
Yeah.
She asked him if he would take me and her up in his airplane.
Yeah.
And then, so I got to sit in the co-pilot seat. And,
oh man.
We flew around Jamestown, and then he even gave me the controls for a little bit. So
man.
my first time on an airplane was, flying around Jamestown and all that.
So you're basically a pilot.
Yeah.
Most people don't know you're just a pilot.
Yep. As long as we get up in the air and I can move that airplane around. Don't remember much, but
yeah, come on. That's amazing. So that's quite a privilege, man, to be able to sit in the cockpit and fly airplane.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I love that.
So,
when you think about your life, like who has been just influential? Who is somebody who's just made an impact on you? Doesn't even have to be with faith, but just who's somebody who's been like influential in your life.
Yeah. And that one, I was thinking through that question, and it wasn't necessarily like, I mean, it is a who, but not kind of, when we moved to, the cities, we went to Cedar Valley Church there, and they had a
great church.
They had a young married class that they had, where they kind of, I mean, it was a pretty big group. I mean, there was probably 15 couples or so in that group, but just the leaders in that group and kind of leading us through different Bible studies and different things was kind of so the people that led that, just having that experience in marriage, kind of talking about, one couple talked a lot about how, just in-law relationships at holidays, kind of navigating some of that, and early in your marriage, and just understanding the tension that comes with that. Just kind of like, who are you going to spend Christmas with this year? Who are you going to spend Thanksgiving or other holidays with? It gets to be a challenge, and kind of just navigating that. So just kind of having that, those leaders kind of speak into our lives as young married couples. And then
that's so good.
Then we also, we'd meet on Sunday mornings during the Sunday school time. Then we'd have different events at someone's house or something, once a month, and kind of just kind of that.
Oh man, it's amazing.
Great. And we do like book studies and go through that, and love and respect and all those different things. So I mean, it was great just to kind of learn from that. So that was kind of a key moment, I think, in our marriage, and just kind of building that foundation early on. That we had a privilege to be a part of.
Man, that's so good. I just think, especially like in your early walk or early season of like marriage, like having people and leaders in a church to invest in you, it's just like so foundational, right? And I think that's almost like an encouragement for people who are listening, of just like how important it is to get involved and connected into those relationships to grow, because it sounded like it was really just a growing season for you guys.
Yeah.
I love that, man. I appreciate that. When you think about something you do to like recharge or relax or hobby, like what's your go-to? What do you typically do, maybe?
I mean, as a family, we like to spend a lot of time outside. A lot of, going to like a state park, or kind of just getting out in nature and enjoying God's beauty, and I mean, as a family, that's just something that really
so good
energizes us. And it's just kind of amazing how much our kids have learned. I mean, they can identify more trees than I can, and different, Hakan, our oldest, he has these like forager guides that he uses to kind of identify different things. And so all the kids, and Adeline is really good at identifying birds and
Oh, wow.
different things like that. So it's just kind of fun to kind of see.
Yeah.
Many times where you can walk outside and just not even realize it, but
Yes.
just kind of fun seeing like the different birds or animals or trees and just like the things that you can do with them and the gift that they are. So as a family, that's one of our favorite things, is just kind of getting out and just enjoying the outdoors.
Yeah, that's amazing. Didn't you guys? I remember we went to your house one time, and you had was it like a chart or something on your fridge about like how many hours in a year you were going to go out, or a season? What was that like? How many hours was that?
Yeah, so there's it's a kind of it's 1,000 hours outside.
Yes,
they have a podcast and all that, and so it's just kind of really just that intentionality of getting outside and just how much more joy there is to life. I mean, it's easy.
Yes.
It's easy to sit inside and not want to go out. And,
oh man, come on.
Watch TV or be on a screen or anything, and just kind of it's fun to get outside. And West Fargo has every winter they have like a silver snowflake search.
Okay.
And so our we did that. That was last week. Okay. And so we, as a family, I didn't do it as much because I was working, but the family got out there looking for that. They spent a lot of hours outside. They didn't find it this year.
Okay.
They were at one of the parks when one of them was found, but
shoot. Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, just kind of even in the winter trying to get out, and a lot of people try to avoid it because it's cold, but it's it's kind of a fun time when it's usually, I mean, just different. You can see more in the trees. You can kind of, a different feel. So, man,
that's so good. I just think if anybody's listening and they're just like, man, I need some tips of how to engage my kids and get them outside, Halvorsons are your go-to. Like they hook you up with ideas, and I appreciate that. That's so good. We'll move in a little bit different direction. How would you describe your heart and passion for the role that you serve in now? I mean, both as a director and just helping with finances. How would you describe your heart and passion with that?
Yeah, I mean, I think kind of a little bit of what I touched on earlier with my, my day-to-day job and all that, and just the experiences that I've had and kind of the gifts that God has given me in understanding accounting and different things that people don't always want to take the time to
for sure
to go over and think about. And just last week's sermon was talking about parts of the body of the church all that, and one of them was administration, and obviously you have to deal with administration stuff too, and but just kind of taking on that having that, being able to use that gift for God and the church. And
so good.
So I mean, that's the fun part, is just being able to use what I've learned and experiences and just kind of helping out. And
I love that.
Hopefully stewarding what God has given us and the church to help us to spread His word and all that throughout the area.
I love it, man. You guys, the Halvorson crew have been really part of the Harvest Valley story from the beginning. You guys have just jumped in and served, and not only you, your whole families just have been so instrumental. When you think about just the future of Harvest Valley, we've been around for 4 years, but what excites you the most when you think about maybe what God is doing, or maybe the future of Harvest Valley? What kind of stirs your heart up?
Yeah, and I mean, I've always served in kids throughout my life, and in high school I taught Sunday school. We did even in college. We helped out at Fargo First Assembly, and did some Wednesday night activities, and then even at Cedar Valley we taught some Wednesday night activities in Royal Rangers, and Lacey did missionettes.
Yes,
and so I mean, that's the exciting thing I think about Harvest Valley, is just the kids that we have, the number of families and the kids that we have, and just the opportunity for them to grow up in an environment with other kids that with Bible believing families, and just having that strong relationship. So I think will be important and vital for the children of our church as they're growing up, and just having that relationship. And so I think
so good,
to kind of help them along in their journey, and obviously they're the future of
so
of
true.
the church, and
So true.
Just I think that's the most exciting part of what we're doing as a church.
I love that. Yeah, it's been a blessing to see how many just families and kids have been a part of the church, and to really take that mantle and just realize that that is a gift to steward all of those lives, right? All of those individuals. Like what an amazing gift. You know, Derek, you are a leader. God has called you to be part of the director team. You know, when you think about the church, what would be like something that you would encourage them in, like maybe a truth or like a challenge? If you could speak into the body right now, what would be something that you would just encourage somebody in or challenge the church towards? What would be that?
Yeah, I mean, I think and I know one struggle that like is always a challenge in my spiritual walk is just like trusting God and being intentional about pursuing Him.
Yep.
And I mean, obviously, I'm sure many people feel that as they go through, but just kind of, it's easy to go through your day to day, and wanting to control everything that happens.
Yeah, totally.
And just get caught up in, everyday tasks and all that stuff. But just truly trusting God. Definitely not there as myself, like just a daily struggle to kind of continue to give that over to God. And but just challenge people to go to show up at church, build that community, serve. I mean, my family and I serve with kids on Sundays, and so just getting involved in different things will help you expand that. And then also just, obviously praying and reading your Bible will help you kind of move, move closer, shift your mind, as is commonly said, is, we don't naturally drift to the thing that we want necessarily. We don't drift to God. We have to work at it. And if we did, I mean, it's kind of like, well, what would we gain from that if it wasn't, if it was so easy?
Right. Yeah. I think you're definitely not alone in that, right? I think there's just, life goes on, we get up, we hit our day, but then, what I'm hearing you say too, just kind of even slow down and just like be with the Lord, spend time with Him, and how that is so instrumental just in our walk. And I think that's so big. And you're certainly not alone in the wanting to control the outcome of things. I think there are probably, a lot of our listeners who are like, yeah, that's me, right? Guilty. I just want to control things too. So, I think that's such an encouragement for people to hear. As you, we'll kind of wrap it up towards more kind of a personal bend here, but we're relatively around the same age, pretty young guys here, right? If you could go back, what advice would you give your younger self? I'm curious.
Yeah. I mean, the one thing I would say, I don't dwell a lot on what happened in the past.
Okay, that's good. Maybe that's advice right there.
So yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily think back a lot on that. When I was reviewing through the questions, I joked with Lacey that, and not really a joke, but kind of true, that we probably shouldn't have bought a house in 2006.
Okay. But yeah, totally.
It was a tough time in the market, and in the cities, and we were kind of stuck there for 10 years until we could kind of get back up to value. But 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 in the end, it all worked out, and here we are. So
here you are, man. So I heard a couple things, right? Basically, don't dwell on the past, right? But if you're going to buy a house, make sure it's the right time.
Well, I mean, there's probably never the right time. I mean, never, there's never a perfect time.
Totally, for sure, man.
Just make sure you have enough resources and all that, and the market doesn't go crazy.
That's interesting too, because I think my wife and I talk about that too. We were in like a church small group, and we were at a different season of life. Everybody was like way older than us too, and we were like the younger ones, but everybody was in the season of buying a house. And we're like, I think we need to buy a house. And we just like, we look back, we're like, why did we buy a house? You know what I mean?
Right.
We didn't need to buy a house.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, like an apartment would have been fine. And so, yeah, it's just like sometimes that pressure of we feel like we need to be at certain seasons because people are, it's such a fallacy. And so don't buy into that.
And we rent right now. So
and you rent right now. Come on. So exactly.
after we bought the one house and we're there for 10 years, we haven't bought another one yet. So we'll see when that happens.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. A couple more questions for you as we land this. What would be like your favorite meal? Like what's a go-to for Derek?
I mean, I think favorite meal. I mean, we like to cook. So making meals at home, and we have a lot of soup in our house, especially obviously in the winter. But it's a nice, good, complete meal. And
oh man,
so we have a lot of soup. But yeah, that's. I mean, having our family likes it. Or we don't have it often, but our kids really like when we have steak.
Oh yeah, come on.
We cook steak at home and all that, so that's a good meal. But I mean, if we're going somewhere, if we're traveling to a different place, we like to try to find good pastries.
Oh yeah,
or donuts, and then also or like an ice cream.
Yeah,
so kind of try to find the unique quality place that they have in different areas. So that's always kind of the fun thing to try different things when we travel.
Yeah. I think we were at your house, a while back, and I think you made was it like a blueberry donut or something like that?
A baked blueberry donut.
Yeah, come on. Like that still sticks with me. I mean, it's like, I remember like that was like the best blueberry donut I think I've ever had. And I felt good eating it, so like, man, so you clearly made an impression. Like I just still think about it, dream about it, that kind of thing. So
and that's one of the things that we do with our kids. Is they get to pick what kind of cake they want.
Yeah.
And then I make them a cake for their birthday every year. Man. So when you have 6 kids, it gets to be a lot of cakes during the year.
It's a lot of cakes. But you get to be a benefit. Benefit. Yeah.
And then Lacey has her cake. She has like this one cake that she makes me make her every year, the same cake every year. But the kids choose something different, try to get crazy combinations.
Wow. Man, you guys are solid parents, man. You guys set the standard. That's amazing. As we wrap up, how can we be praying for the Halvorsons? People at Harvest Valley listen and they care for you, your family as directors, and you guys are part of the church. How can people be praying for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously as a husband, as a father, just wisdom and not just to be a good husband, be a good father, just kind of lead our kids well. As our kids get older, we have obviously a wide range of ages and different seasons, and kind of I was 16-year-old, so just getting close to that adulthood, and just kind of that next stage in life is just kind of how to navigate that time, and just the new challenges that come with all that. But just praying for that, and how to lead my family, and for Lacey and I both to lead our family well.
That's so good. I appreciate that. We will be praying for wisdom and for grace and strength as you guys do that. And you guys really do set the bar with how intentional you are. And so I think if any family's listening and they just I just need some advice or some wisdom of how to be intentional, I think you guys would be a great resource for that. So thank you guys. And Derek, I appreciate you. Thank you for being on the Harvest Valley Life podcast. And it's a joy to have you. And I know that you're appreciated, man. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Thanks for listening to the Harvest Valley Life podcast. We would love for you to get connected with us. To discover more about Harvest Valley, go to our website at harvestvalley.church. Again, thanks for listening, and be sure to join us for our next episode.